Hi everyone, welcome to Be Celestial Tarot. Sorry, my camera is shaking. This is our October reading for all of my Capricorns out there. I'm going to try to keep it open to just see what Spirit has to say, what you need to hear, and if you like, please like and subscribe and share with the world. I hope this resonates. Okay, we're going to start. I don't know. Where is the heart over there? Okay. These are going to be the overall energies for the reading. It's so interesting because when I first saw it, also something interesting that I see is the 5. Fives might be appearing to you. You might want to look into the numerology of 5s. But for me, it felt like what I heard was like it feels like money keeps going in and out. Like you'll be doing really well for a little bit, but then you'll be doing well. Like the cycles of life is kind of getting hard, but like financially, it feels like you are in a weird transitional period where you're like, I'm trying to figure out my money and my life, and it doesn't feel as steady as you'd like it to. And this card would be Temperance, and there needs to be a balance. There needs to be balance, and I think the month of October is going to bring forth the balance and the healing that you've been looking for. Because for me, that feels like past energy of like I feel like there's a bit of stress with your finances, and the month of October is going to finally bring some kind of balance and healing, and the idea of divine timing. It's like, oh, and the 5 of Wands is like, I don't know, some of you might work heavily with groups for some reason, I don't know why, but like I heard like putting your brains together and kind of figuring out a plan of action of like moving forward with like ideas that you might have had or revelations, like something coming together. And then the next card was the Libra, which is justice. So divine balance, order, and fairness. And some of you, this could be like some of you might actually be dealing with a court case or something, and seeking the justice system and the legal system. So this might be a very heavy month for you. And you're like, oh, I'm just hoping for some justice to finally be served in my life, or I feel like I've been waiting for something to happen. Yeah, all right, let's see what other messages come through for our Capricorn. Wow, death. Oh my god, you're getting some major arcana. So the Phoenix is the death card. So something has to end, so there's going to be a moment of rebirth. You have to clear out old energies for new to come in, and I think some of this old energy, I'm going to ask for some clarification of what this energy is, but I feel like maybe you feel like things have never worked out in your favor, and I feel like you might be a very cynical person or a pessimistic person, and it's just like trying to clear the space for you to kind of begin finding peace and healing. Oh, okay. Yeah, the moon. Yeah, something changing. Oh my god, that's so interesting. Something's not as it seems. Something coming to light. The Ace of Swords. Yeah. Emotion like that for me is success. Like I think there's going to be a major change. I don't know what this major change is, and I feel like that's so stupid to just be like, something's coming. But I'm having a hard time grappling, and I think why is because there's so many different challenges that each individual listener is dealing with that I can't always pinpoint it. But for me, this is your intuition. Like I feel like some of you, your intuition has been speaking to you, and you haven't been listening to it, and you're like, I know something's got to give. I know, and I think once you realize what you need to let go of, I think for a long time you know that something in your life you've had to let go of and you have been denying it, but I think the month of October is you recognizing that like, oh shit, like I do need to let this go for me to grow. And the Ace of Swords is like finally conquering that, and that for me, like the swords represents intellect and mind, and I think when I see the Ace of Swords, it's like conquering like the demons inside your own head. Yeah, then the Ace of Wands, which is really interesting, came out after, like, that's fire energy. But again, for me, that's like getting forth, moving forward, setting the precedence of like what you need. All right, can I get some clarification? Oh, my Atlanta, so many parts. Wow. Okay, 3 of Wands. Yeah, there's a lot of fire energy going on. Page of Pentacles, someone coming forward with an offer, which could be really helpful. And the 7 of Wands. Okay, this is very, very interesting. Okay, I don't know why. Some of you might be in school or work at a school, which is a very select message for few. Or just, it's something like you could deal with events, and right now the world, you might have been I'm having a hard time articulating, I'm so sorry, but it's like, what I'm seeing is that like, what I think something you might have been struggling with in terms of like planning, I just keep seeing large groups of people. It's like, I think you have to like reinvent the wheel with like possibly your job or your career or like your education. You are having to reinvent the wheel of like, what is it that needs to happen? Like you have to come up with a new idea in order to sustain your livelihood. So maybe like for some reason I heard like event planning, like maybe some of you are like, oh, I have to like readapt my whole life work model to deal with the current pandemic. But I see a lot of movement, and I feel like some of you might work on teams and you might have been struggling with your team, but like this is the month where like things are probably going to click, and the group that you work with, the community that you work with, it's like the progress is going to finally be found and made. God, I don't know why I was so hard to talk. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I feel like some of you have been really struggling with like articulating it, what it is you need, not feeling like the work you put in doesn't necessarily match. I'm gonna pull from a different deck actually, because I feel like I don't know, I feel like there's some stagnant energy, and like like you're moving out of the stagnant energy, but it feels like there might have been a lot of failures, and like some people have been letting you down, and you're like, I don't really trust or have faith in anyone anymore, and that energy is going to change and shift, and you're finally going to find that shift. Sorry, my dogs are barking if you could hear that. Yeah, oh, my Atlanta, okay. So I just immediately shuffled and that came out. So the 5 of Cups, like, yeah, I feel like you've been let down a lot. Like, people are just not on it, and it's like driving you crazy in terms of like, I need to get these things done, and you feel like maybe you're being held back, and that's frustrating. Yeah, but I think there needs to be a change in perspective. Like, I think for me, I don't know if like I heard the full moons, like there might be a major shift in perspective of like that happens where you're like, oh, I need to see this. Like, I think I just keep hearing like you're gonna get a new idea, like something's gonna like spark, like ignite in terms of, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, my Atlanta. For me, that's like the cycle is ending. Like, I feel like you might be coming out of a cycle where like things were really shit and change is coming, but like I feel like it's coming from you. Like, this is so vague. I'm so sorry, but like I feel like some of you are gonna have a major revelation in the month of October where it's like, oh shit, like I got this stuff done. Like, things are coming together. Yeah. Oh my. Are you kidding me? Oh my. Okay. Yeah. Sudden insight, revelation. That's what the Tower card is. Are you kidding me? That just came out. Like, you're gonna have a major revelation in your life. Yeah. And then 6 of Cups, pleasure. Like, I feel like you've been missing out on that adjustment. And some of you might be actually starting a new job. And that was Libra. That came out earlier. I feel like some of you might have been really struggling with like your work. Maybe some of you have been out of a job, but like you're gonna have a moment where, or some of you might actually be creative and you have had like serious writer's block or something like that, and the month of October is gonna be like, oh fuck, the light finally came back on, like I finally got my mojo back, I got my groove back, like something good is happening. Yeah, interference. Yeah, I feel like something was getting in the way of your emotional intellect and your happiness. Let's see if we can get some final messages for our Capricorns in the month of October. Yeah, I see like birth of new ideas. Like, that's beautiful. Like, something is coming through. Yeah, it's like rising from the ashes. I feel like maybe some of you, even in your work environment, maybe you felt like your creative intellect, or your, what is the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't know the word I'm looking for. It's gone. But like maybe some of you in your workspace, you feel like you haven't been taken care of in the right way, where your mental space hasn't been protected. And in the month of October, it's like finally either speaking up for yourself or having a moment where you're like, oh, I don't want this anymore, and I'm better than what I have been given. And it seems like the month of October is finally going to be like a moment where it's like, okay, I can move forward. I can get past this. I can be happy. Yeah, temperance again. Okay, yeah, you're just getting the same cards at this time. Worry. It's interesting. Yeah, I feel like if you sometimes you worry that if you were to speak up, it wouldn't work out the way you wanted to. Yeah, but I see something coming forward for you. Yeah. Okay, that's what I got. But all that to say, like, whatever you're worried about, I feel like you need to make movement. Like, if you're really stressed about something, the actual act of doing it is not going to be as stressful as you thinking about doing it, if that makes sense. Like, sometimes we build things up so much in our head. Yeah. Okay. I hope that resonates. I'm sorry for kind of word vomiting and not at all. But I'm sending you all my light and love. Take care.